came into Miss Byrne's lesson, I noticed they was in slot phase 4, and they was practicing the technique of the backhand push.
Yep.
Miss Byrne was circulating, giving feedback. What I identified was that some of the feedback she was giving was similar in nature. There was a theme there that was happening, and it was in terms of some of the teaching points to make the shot successful. So rather than kind of repeatedly giving the same feedback over and over again, I just mentioned to Miss, why don't you bring them in, give the whole class feedback, so they can fix it, go back off.
When we're looking at the backhand push, is it an attacking or defensive shot? Hands down, 10 seconds thinking. Is it an attacking or defensive shot?
So the main issue was that the success wasn't there in terms of consistently playing the shot over the net with a nice low trajectory and applying what we call like the open back face. What I noticed more before that is the footwork.
Yeah.
And Miss was picking up on some technique around playing the shot with follow through and with an open back face, which is brilliant. And when we learn to play table tennis, these are some of the common things that we identify and we practice and we master over time.
So where am I aiming on the table? Am I aiming at the front, the middle, or the back? Hands down, thinking time. Good, I'm aiming at the back of the table. Okay. When we're looking at the key points, number 1, we've got to make sure, sit up, our bat angle is open. At the minute, some of us are pointing it downwards. If I point it downwards, what's going to happen to the ball?
What sometimes gets forgotten is that the footwork is so important. It's kind of hidden, it's under the table.
Yeah.
And students end up growing up playing table tennis with static feet, like really standstill.
Yeah.
And therefore I just stepped in when Miss was kind of reteaching to make it clear that you can't play table tennis like that. Miss, can I just jump in and add something if that's okay? So what I've seen is some really good feedback here. There's one point that we're missing, and it's all about your footwork. Okay, if you're playing a perfect shot with a good open back face, I just borrow that, Miss, thank you. A good open back face, and you've got a good follow through, but your feet are static. In table tennis, the ball is not always going to come perfectly like centre for you every time. So we have to move, we have to adapt to the ball. So if the ball comes to this side, feed the ball to me, I need to step out and make a movement towards that ball. To feed it right over to this side, so I can step out and play the shot. If I keep my feet static, play that side, what I end up doing is leaning like this, and then I'm off balance. So use the techniques to go back to ball. So use your feet and step to make sure that ball's in front of you. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, so
although it's a game that's considered less movement than other sports, you need to be on your toes, you need to be moving, you need to be dynamic, because that ball's never going to come in the same position every single time. It's just odds suggest it won't happen. So we need to react to the stimulus, move to the left, move to the right, wherever the ball is going. And what I noticed in there was that students weren't doing that organically. Yeah, so I love going into Miss Byrne's lessons. She's really open to feedback, and it makes me feel as the coach really comfortable to step in.
Yeah.
Miss Byrne regularly comes to my lessons as well and coaches me, so we learn from each other all the time. And there's a complete open door policy where we're able to team teach, we're able to step in. And sometimes when you're teaching, you've got tunnel vision, you're noticing a mistake and you're focusing on that, but you're not stepping back and seeing other things. And that's what Miss Byrne provides for me when I'm teaching, and I provide it for her as well. And that's an opportunity for me to do that today.